1. Volcano House Hotel, Big Island. The Volcano House Hotel is perched near the Kilauea volcano, one of the most active in the world. Visitors often report ghostly sightings, including a spectral white dog that is said to guard the hotel. Another common apparition is that of an elderly woman wandering the halls, often heard whispering unintelligibly at night. The hotel's proximity to the volcano ties it to Hawaiian mythology, especially Madame Pele, the fire goddess. Incident. A guest reported waking up to find the shadowy figure of an old woman sitting on the edge of their bed, silently watching before disappearing into thin air. 2. Hawaii's Plantation Village. This open-air museum in Waipahu showcases restored buildings from Hawaii's sugar plantation era. Workers and visitors often report ghostly children playing in empty rooms, doors slamming inexplicably, and items being moved when no one is around. The site has ties to the immigrant workers who toiled under harsh conditions, and many stories suggest these spirits remain attached to the land. Incident. One staff member claimed they heard children laughing near the bunkhouse, only to realize the entire museum was locked and empty. Footsteps were also heard running through hallways when no one was there. 3. Honolulu International Airport. The lady-in-waiting is the most famous ghost at the airport. Legend says she was abandoned by her lover, leading to her tragic death. Her apparition appears in an elegant dress, often seen waving at passengers or standing near gates late at night. Additionally, airport employees have reported hearing mysterious footsteps echoing in empty terminals. Incident. A janitor reported giving directions to a beautiful woman who vanished when he turned to point. Later, security footage confirmed no one had been there, leaving the janitor unsettled. 4. Manoa Falls Trail. Manoa Falls, surrounded by lush greenery, is home to chilling legends of the Night Marchers, ancient Hawaiian warrior spirits. Hikers report feeling intense unease, hearing distant drums, and seeing ghostly figures in traditional attire marching through the mist. Locals advise never looking directly at the night marchers or disturbing their path. Incident. A couple hiking at dusk claimed they saw glowing torches moving in a straight line. When they froze in fear, the lights vanished, leaving only the sound of footsteps and drums echoing through the forest. 5. Yao Theater, Maui. Built in 1928, the historic Yao Theater in Wailuku is said to be haunted by Emma, a ghostly woman who lingers in the balcony. She's been seen wearing a white gown, and her presence is often accompanied by sudden cold chills or flickering lights. Some believe Emma was a dedicated theater-goer who loved the arts in life. Incident. During rehearsals, an actor claimed they saw a woman clapping in the balcony, but when they checked, no one was there. Other staff often hear whispers and faint laughter echoing in the empty theater. 6. Wahiawa Botanical Garden. The Green Lady is a terrifying urban legend tied to this serene location. Believed to be the spirit of a woman who drowned in a nearby stream, she appears as a scaly, green figure covered in moss. Children are warned not to stray from paths as the Green Lady allegedly kidnaps those she encounters. Incident. A local boy claimed he saw a strange green woman near the stream. When he blinked, she disappeared into the mist, but his parents found moss on his clothes despite no mossy areas nearby. 7. Nuuanu Pali Highway. The Pali Highway is notorious for ghostly encounters, particularly sightings of Madame Pele, the Hawaiian goddess of fire. Drivers report seeing an elderly woman in white along the road, believed to be Pele testing travelers' respect. Adding to the lore, ancient battles once took place here, leaving restless spirits behind. Incident. A driver picked up an old woman hitchhiking, but she vanished mid-ride. Locals say those who disrespect her presence suffer car trouble or unexplained accidents. 8. Kipapa Gulch. Kipapa Gulch was the site of a brutal ancient Hawaiian battle, and it remains haunted by night marchers and shapeshifters. Witnesses describe hearing chants, drum beats, and seeing glowing orbs of light. A terrifying figure, Kaupa, a half-man, half-dog, has been spotted in the area, terrifying locals. Incident: a family driving at night reported their car suddenly stopping on the bridge. They heard loud drumming and saw shadowy figures marching nearby. When the drumming stopped, the car started working again. 9. Ulupoheau. Ulupoheau, an ancient Hawaiian temple, was once used for rituals, including human sacrifices. The energy here is heavy, and many visitors report feeling uneasy, hearing chanting, or seeing shadowy figures among the rocks. Locals believe the temple's stones still hold the spirits of those who perished there. Incident: a tourist attempting to take a rock as a souvenir reported seeing dark figures following him afterward. Only after returning the stone to the heiau did the strange activity stop. 10. Pearl Harbor's Ford Island. Ford Island is tied to the infamous Pearl Harbor attack, and the spirits of soldiers who perished are said to remain. Visitors hear phantom footsteps, see shadowy figures, and feel sudden cold spots, especially near the water. Some locals believe these are the souls of fallen sailors and airmen. Incident: a worker claimed they heard tapping on the windows of an abandoned building. Upon inspection, they saw the figure of a man in uniform staring back before disappearing. 11. Pali Lookout. Pali Lookout is both breathtaking and chilling, marked by its ties to the Battle of Nuuanu, where King Kamehameha's forces drove hundreds of warriors off the cliffs. Locals believe the spirits of these warriors still roam here. Visitors often hear faint screams carried by the wind and experience a strange unease. Incident: a couple hiking near the cliffs reported hearing agonized cries and footsteps approaching them. When they turned, no one was there, but a cold breeze swept past, chilling them to the bone. 12. Hilo Memorial Park Cemetery, Big Island. This cemetery is notorious for its paranormal activity, including glowing orbs, whispering voices, and shadowy figures seen wandering among the graves at night. Some visitors claim their electronics malfunction upon entering. Locals believe restless spirits still linger, guarding the site. Incident: a woman visiting a relative's grave saw a man standing silently by a tombstone. When she blinked, he vanished, leaving behind footprints in the dewy grass despite no one else being present. 13. Iolani Palace. As the only royal palace on U.S. soil, Iolani Palace is said to be haunted by Queen Liliuokalani and other Hawaiian monarchs. Guards and staff have reported hearing footsteps and the sounds of music echoing through empty halls. Apparitions of royalty in regal attire are often seen late at night. Incident: during a nighttime tour, a staff member reported hearing a woman singing softly in a foreign language. When they searched, the voice stopped, and the room grew inexplicably cold. 14. The banyan tree at Lahaina, Maui. Lahaina's massive banyan tree, planted in 1873, is a historic landmark. But legends say spirits of prisoners who were hanged here linger beneath its sprawling branches. Visitors report a heavy energy, shadowy figures, and whispers that seem to come from the tree itself. Incident: a tourist claimed they felt an unseen hand grab their shoulder while standing near the tree. When they turned around, no one was there, but their shoulder bore the mark of a faint bruise later. 15. Morgan's Corner. Morgan's Corner, tucked away on the Pali Highway, is infamous for ghost stories involving a woman who allegedly hanged herself after being abandoned. The site is now associated with phantom screams, cold chills, and spectral sightings. Incident: a group of friends driving through the area stopped briefly, only to hear loud banging on their car windows. When they drove off, handprints appeared on the fogged-up glass, though no one else was nearby. 16. Queen Emma Summer Palace. This historic summer palace of Queen Emma has reports of ghostly apparitions, including the Queen herself, who is said to walk the halls. Visitors often describe sudden chills, objects moving inexplicably, and faint sounds of a woman's laughter echoing through the palace. Incident: a tourist taking photos claimed to see a faint figure dressed in traditional royal attire reflected in a mirror. When they turned around, the room was empty, and the figure was gone. 17. Hapuna Beach State Park, Big Island. Despite its beauty, Hapuna Beach holds a haunting reputation tied to ancient Hawaiian burial grounds. Visitors have reported ghostly apparitions walking along the shore at night, often vanishing before their eyes. Locals believe these are the spirits of ancestors tied to the sacred grounds. Incident: A camper heard footsteps outside his tent late at night. Peeking out, he saw figures walking toward the water. When he approached, the figures disappeared into thin air, leaving no footprints behind. 18. Kaneohe Marine Corps Base. This active military base has numerous ghostly tales, with reports of shadowy figures and phantom footsteps in the barracks. Soldiers believe the base is haunted by the spirits of warriors and fallen Watu troops. Some claim to hear distant gunfire and voices calling out at night. Incident. A Marine woke to find a soldier in full Watu gear standing at the foot of his bed. The figure stared silently before fading into the darkness. 19. Pu'u o Mahuka Heiau. This ancient heiau temple was used for sacrificial rituals, leaving a lingering spiritual energy. Visitors report seeing shadowy figures, hearing disembodied chanting, and feeling a sense of being watched. Many believe the spirits of those sacrificed still roam the grounds. Incident. A hiker who picked up a rock from the heiau claimed to experience nightmares and eerie whispering until the stone was returned to its original place. 20. Haunted Waikiki Hotels. Several hotels in Waikiki are rumored to be haunted, particularly by Madame Pele, or spirits tied to ancient burial grounds. Guests report phantom knocks on doors, lights flickering, and the sensation of someone sitting on their beds at night. Incident. A couple staying at a beachfront hotel woke to find their belongings mysteriously rearranged. Security footage showed no one entering their room, leaving the staff puzzled. 21. Hamakua Coast, Big Island. The Hamakua Coast, known for its breathtaking cliffs and scenic views, is also steeped in ghostly legends. Many of its abandoned sugar plantations are said to be haunted by plantation workers who faced harsh conditions. Shadowy figures, whispering voices, and distant footsteps are often reported in these areas. Incident. A hiker claimed to see an old man with a lantern walking near an abandoned plantation. When he called out, the figure disappeared into thin air, leaving behind only an unexplained chill in the air. 22. Waimea Valley. This sacred valley is rich with Hawaiian history and legend. It's believed to be frequented by spirits of ancestors, including the night marchers, who traverse the area at night. Visitors report hearing drums and chants, as well as seeing mysterious torchlights in the distance. Incident. A local family on a nighttime walk claimed they saw glowing torches moving in a straight line. Paralyzed with fear, they remained silent, remembering the warning not to interfere with the night marchers. The lights disappeared shortly after. 23. Liliha Bakery. This popular bakery is rumored to be haunted, particularly by a ghostly woman in white seen in the early hours of the morning. Staff members often hear the sound of someone moving through the empty kitchen or feel an unseen presence watching them as they work. Incident. A baker working alone claimed to hear footsteps behind him. Turning around, he saw a fleeting white figure disappear into the hallway. Since then, the staff avoids being alone late at night. 24. Makawa Forest Reserve, Maui. The dense Makawa Forest is a hotspot for eerie encounters. Locals believe the area is home to spirits who wander through the trees, and some have reported hearing whispers or seeing ghostly figures in the mist. The forest's isolation amplifies its unsettling atmosphere. Incident. A group of hikers reported hearing faint giggling deep in the forest. When they tried to follow the sound, it moved further away, leading them in circles. Spooked, they left the area without ever identifying the source. 25. The Dole Plantation. Once a major pineapple plantation, the Dole Plantation is rumored to be haunted by the spirits of plantation workers. Visitors often report seeing shadowy figures in the fields, hearing whispers, and feeling sudden cold spots, particularly in the more remote areas of the plantation. Incident. A tourist claimed to see someone dressed in old-fashioned worker clothes in the fields. When they approached, the figure disappeared, leaving behind no trace or footprints on the soil. 26. Kalaupapa Settlement, Molokai. Kalaupapa was a leprosy colony where patients were isolated from society. The tragic history of the settlement has left behind a heavy spiritual energy. Visitors report hearing faint cries, seeing apparitions, and feeling overwhelming sadness in the air. Incident. A visitor to the settlement described seeing shadowy figures standing on the cliffs at sunset, only to vanish when approached. Locals believe these spirits are the souls of those who perished here. 27 Waikiki Natatorium War Memorial. The Natatorium War Memorial, built in honor of World War I veterans, is now abandoned and crumbling. Locals say the spirits of soldiers still linger, and visitors report hearing ghostly footsteps, whispers, and seeing figures in military uniforms near the memorial. Incident. A photographer exploring the area at dusk claimed to hear the sound of boots marching on the nearby concrete. When he turned to look, no one was there, though the sound continued for several seconds before stopping abruptly. 28. Lahaina Prison, Maui, known as the Old Lahaina Prison. This site housed criminals in the 19th century. Today it is said to be haunted by the restless spirits of prisoners who suffered under harsh conditions. Visitors have reported hearing chains dragging, moaning, and seeing shadowy figures near the cells. Incident. A visitor taking photos near the prison walls claimed to capture a faint figure in one of the cells. When reviewed, the figure appeared to be staring directly at the camera with hollow eyes. 29. Pu'ukahea Chapel. This historic chapel in Waianae is rumored to be haunted by a ghostly bride. Visitors and locals often see a woman in a white wedding dress standing near the church, vanishing when approached. The chapel's eerie silence adds to its chilling atmosphere. Incident. A wedding photographer claimed to see a woman in white standing near the entrance as he set up his equipment. Moments later, she disappeared, and guests confirmed no one had entered the chapel at the time. 30. Kaunulu Village, Lanai. Kaunulu Village, an ancient fishing village, holds deep spiritual significance. The area is associated with night marchers and spirits of old Hawaiian chiefs who are said to walk the land at night. Visitors report seeing torches, hearing distant chants, and feeling a heavy presence. Incident. A camper reported waking up to the sound of chanting and drumming in the middle of the night. Peering outside, they saw faint torchlights moving along the trail before disappearing completely.